everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and today we're doing another episode of one card in 4 decks. We've been doing this will be the 7th episode. As you see, I have these 7 of Wands up here. So I've explained myself before. I'm a folk witch, a tarot mentor, a tarot reader, a metaphysical practitioner, and an herbalist, among other things. And what is in my heart and what makes my heart sing is to teach. And what I'm doing with this series is I'm teaching the Rider-Waite system in other decks, so you can kind of see how the symbolism and numerology and mythology translates into other decks. So without further ado, let's look at it. So we have the 7 of Wands today. We see someone who is up against it, right? He's holding a wand, and he's got one shoe and one boot, which is pointed out to me by Bobby Fierro over at Bobby Fierro Tarot. And, you know, he looks like he's got chased out of his house. It looks like people are maybe jealous. I get that right away. And they're all asking him for advice. You know, we saw him last week in the 6 of Wands, very successful. And so here we're seeing kind of the shadow side of that, where, you know, we get everybody asking him for advice, everybody out for his job, you know, all of these wands representing people or representing the community, all coming after his job. Maybe they want his job, or they want to maybe copy him and all start their own startup, you know, business. So we know he's successful, right? You know, he's wearing green, which resembles or symbolizes money, prosperity. And he's at the top of his game because he's at the top of the mountain, right? So he's up against it, right? And he is finding solid ground, right? In which to say, hey, back off, you know, find your own answers. I am one person. I lucked out. I won the battle, but that doesn't mean that I know everything. I feel for this dude. I really, really do. So we see that he is kind of assessing his position. That's what the 7 represents, is assessment. He's assessing his position. He knows that, you know, he's at the top of the game, and he's taking a look at, oh my gosh, what have I done, right? What does this all mean? And that brings us to the crystal that we have. This is black tourmaline. When you're up against it, and people are asking you left and right, and, you know, energies are coming at you from all over the place, like these wands here, black tourmaline can help protect you against things coming from left and right and up and down. I carry a black tourmaline. So that is the crystal that is sponsoring us today, the black tourmaline. So that is what the 7 of Wands is all about. So the decks that I have today are the Uncommon Tarot. One of my biggest fans here on YouTube and in my life is Miss D. I love Miss D. She was in my first tarot class that I taught, and I love her to death. And she's like, I want to see some more of that uncommon tarot. So I have this for her today as a special request. And then I have the Forhaxa Tarot, which I could change to the Ferocious Tarot, because boy, is it. This is that feminine inspired deck. And then I have the Wildwood Tarot. So we're going to take a look at these. Let's start with Miss D's request, the Uncommon Tarot. So instead of the man here, we have what looks to be like a cheetah or some kind of wild cat, maybe a jaguar. And we have all the wands heading toward him. And he is really like, leave me alone. Let's take a look at this guy. We definitely have the symbolism of the wands headed toward him. We have a night sky here. So this feels like stalking a little bit. Like, you have found me in my private den, and you are coming at me and trying to attack me, I feel. You got this beautiful night sky, and you're coming at me. Back up. I feel very much like he needs the black tourmaline for sure. And all points of his den, he needs that black tourmaline. We don't know what's pursuing, just like we don't know for sure what's pursuing this gentleman here. But we definitely get the urgency of unsafety in this. We feel attacked. We feel unsafe. You know, this is a classic case of the untamed beast being under attack. Usually it feels like the other way around, like the beast would be doing the attacking. No, it's the opposite here. The beast is being under attack. I like the role reversal here. So this is very straightforward, and I like that it's at night. Getting the beast at its most vulnerable here. So that's what we have in the Uncommon Tarot. True to its name, uncommon. Now what do we have in the Forhaxa Tarot? We have all of these salamanders climbing up to get this fairy lady. But what is different is that she is unafraid. She is standing her ground. Remember that that's what she was doing when we looked at this tarot deck and the Two of Wands, standing her ground, right? She is, spreading her wings. She's kind of saying, come at me, bro. She doesn't need her black tourmaline. She's like, you're never going to get me. I am standing tall. I am strong and stable, and you're not going to push me off this hill. She's going to die on that hill. She doesn't look afraid. She doesn't look at all like she's threatened at all. This is what I love about the Forhaxa Tarot. It takes the element of fear away. There is no fear in this deck at all. And that is what I love. That is what I love about it. No fear. So that element is out of there. He's overwhelmed. She is not. She's wearing green just like he is. We've got that. She's assessing the situation. We've got the 7. the numerology going on. But these salamanders don't stand a chance. If they get close, she's just going to, first of all, if she feels like she can, she's going to stand her ground. If she can't, she's going to fly away and find another place to be. It doesn't take away from her status. And I love that about her. You go on, sister. You go on. I love her. So, these salamanders are not a threat. Even though they may look scary to us, she is unaffected, unafraid. So that kind of changes the meaning a little bit, right? And then what do we have in the Wildwood Tarot? What do these druids have for us here? Look at her. Totally different. We have kind of a damsel in distress situation here. The arrows have pierced her. So she's wrapped up in what looks like barb or a little bit of ivy, and maybe some, not ivy, but some vine, some barbed vine. And the arrows have pierced her, and she is, oh, woe is me. Quite the opposite, right? Very much the opposite. Homegirl needs a little bit of that fairy fire in that Forhaxa Tarot. And the call-out name is insecurity, right? So where you get a little bit of worry from the Rider-Waite, she has surrendered. There's no fight in her whatsoever. She has given up. She's like, take me, I'm not fighting. She has totally given up. And this makes me sad because there's no fight in her. There's no fight. She has surrendered. She has given up. She's now a damsel in distress and waiting for someone to save her. And we'll see a little bit of that when we look at the Eight of Swords, when we get into the swords. But she's not being that strong fighter that we want to see in a druid. She has lost her fight. You know, she has allowed those wands to, or I'm sorry, those arrows in this deck to pierce her and to take her down. So how is she going to come back from this? You know, is she going to come back from this? You know, we have to wonder if she's going to at all. It's a sad take on this card. But that is why we look at these different decks, and that is why we explore these different decks, because they all tell a different story. And that's why I like to explore these, because it goes from, you know, simple parallels to victory stories to sad tales of defeat, right? So that is the Seven of Wands as told in the Rider-Waite Smith, the Uncommon Tarot, the Forhaxa Tarot, and the Wildwood Tarot. So what do you guys see? What do you guys, what is your take in the story told in different ways? Do you see something different? Please let me know down in the comments. You know, if I'm seeing something and you're seeing something different, I want to know. You know, I am open to other people's opinions. Mine is not definitive. I am not the end-all be-all of tarot, I promise you. I also want to know if you guys have some interesting decks that you interpret differently. Please let me know. I would love to have you on the show and share your decks with me. I would love to sit down and maybe throw your decks down and to compare. I would love that. I just got a camcorder and a tripod, and I would love to interview you and to discuss things like this. I would love that. D, I'm putting a little bee in your bonnet here. I would love to have you for an interview. I would love to discuss your interesting ideas. You're amazing to me. A little shout out going out to you. Yeah, just pick your brain, and anyone else who's interested, I would love to have you on my show. We're going to be doing Thursday, we're going to be doing the 8 of Wands, and I'm going to be probably doing a couple different Marseille decks, because that card is probably the most Marseille-like of any card in the deck. So we're going to be looking at a couple of different Marseille style decks and trying to ascertain what they look like. So that'll be on Thursday. I do have a couple interviews that I'm doing this week I'm super excited about, and I'll be sure to get those out to you guys. Other than that, please check out my website. You can request a reading from me. You can request energy work from me. I do require a reading before energy work, just so we can get to know each other's energy. You can also check out all my herbal products. Be sure to, when you go to checkout, be sure to enter that code word veiled, all caps, and you will get free shipping within the US. I'll make sure to get that out to you as soon as possible at theveiledwitch.com. And other than that, live your best life and live for yourself. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.